Hello and welcome to my vintage holiday home 2023. Come on inside.
Well, the first thing that you see when you walk into my door is my family room. But I wanted to go ahead and just do some of the little touches of things that I have right here in my entryway. This is a vintage die cut that I've hung on this door every year for as long as I can remember. We've lived in this house for 21 years, so Santa has always been hung there, as well as this little guy. Hangs on my doorknob, and the special part about him is I'll hang around you as long as you want. Love you always, Mark. Mark gave this to me in 1996. We were still dating at the time. We weren't married until 1998. So he made that for me in 96, and it's always hung there on that doorknob since we've lived in this house. Also, we don't have a fireplace. There's no fireplace in this house. So when my kids were little, in order for Santa to get in, we always had to hang this magic key. This is the magic Santa key that I've had ever since Emma was born, and we've always hung it on the door. And now on Christmas Eve, we would hang it on the outside of the door so Santa could get in using the magic key. Another one of my favorite items that hangs right here next to the door is this Santa Claus face that was painted by my mother-in-law. Let me see if I can see. Yeah, my mother-in-law painted this in 1981, and I've always loved it. I love the colors, and so he is hanging right there next to the door. Walking into the entryway a little bit, I have a stack of soda crates, which I absolutely love. I love advertisement pieces, and I always try to use them in my home decor. But I've got my Russian Santas. Well, only two of them are Russians. Actually, you may not even be a Russian. You might be a My Toy. You might be a My Toy. But you can see I've bought this, and it was somebody else's, and it was given to someone, bought at a garage sale in 1992. I didn't buy it then, but somebody did. My Russian Santa here, and just, I love these. I actually had a lot more Russians. I've sold a lot of them and just kept a few of them. I have another one I'll show you in just a moment. But we've got little baby Scoodles here. And this was another gift that was given to me by a sweet subscriber. And Lorianne Sugar Britches sweet ass stuff. She made me these little the felted bear and the little felted duck. So I think that they make a nice addition to the little crates there, as well as the little wool blanket. And then this is another piece that Mark made I think right before we got married. He made this back in the 90s. I have this little quilt ornament that I have hanging right there. And there is our sweet Bella and Brutus, our babies that have passed away. It just comforts me to have them hanging on the wall, and I just feel like they're always with us. So those will always be our babies hanging up on the entryway wall. All right, walking into our family room. This cabinet here holds my 365 day a year Santa display. I don't ever put these away. I close the doors after the holidays, but I'm constantly adding to it and taking away. I've actually sold a lot of pieces out of this, and I might actually sell a couple more pieces out of this as well, trying to fine tune my collection just a little bit. But since we don't have a fireplace, you can see this is where we hang our stockings. We've got Emma and Jaden and Colin, which is Emma's fiance, my dad, and then Mark and my stockings up here, which were made by my mom after, I think, our first Christmas that we were married in 1998. My mom crocheted these stockings. This is filled with my Santa collections that I've just collected throughout the years. I mean, not all of them are Santas. Not all of them are Santas, but I'm trying to pare down some of my Santa items. I do have a couple pieces in here that I love that are in their original packaging. And this one here, the salt and pepper shakers. So those are fun to find in their original packaging. This is my prized possession. And again, after Christmas is over, I just close the door and I don't have to worry about anything getting broken, and I can just peek into it. Open it up in July to have Christmas in July. I can just check in on Santas every once in a while. And then at the very, very top here, it is my Santas. Well, this one is a vintage, and that one is vintage. All the rest of them are from Pigment, and I will link their shop in the description. They're larger sized flocked Santas, but they have them in all kinds of fun colors. So I've got purple, pink, green, and aqua up there. Love my Santas, and I love this cabinet. This chair right here is a chair that I got from Luboina, and I did a video on my vlog where we unboxed it, but I wanted a little accent chair next to the tree. And this is another one of my, I think you might be a bijou, or maybe a My Toy Santa. He's extra grumpy. This is a little teddy bear that we found that was completely flat. It had no stuffing left in it. And my sweet husband brought him back to life and restuffed him again. So he is a great little addition to our collection. This is a pillow that my mother had made from a vintage tablecloth. And then I love this. This is the animated Night Before Christmas. And then I also have, oh, there's Grogu down there. He likes to hang out with all underneath the tree. But my pouty face bears and some other toys underneath the Christmas tree. Some more of my bears and some special books that I had as a child and that we read to my children. That was their Elf on the Shelf book. This is a book that I've had ever since I was a little girl. Christmas cookbook. And then this is a doll stroller that I bought when I was with Enamour Amy. And I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the graphics that are on it. It's just a little metal stroller. Look at the little cat on the side there. But I have it underneath a tree now. When Christmas is over, I am going to hang it up on the wall. But I put some of my little bears in that, and I think it makes a cute little display. The curtains. I normally have black and white gingham curtains in here, but I wanted to get something a little bit different for the holidays, and I ordered the red. And I wasn't for sure about them when I first put them up, but I absolutely love them now. I love the look of the red gingham with Christmas. I might leave them up through Valentine's Day. I haven't decided yet, but this is our tree. Now, it is an artificial tree. And this is the first year in about 5 years that I've actually put up a green tree, because I do have an 8-foot aluminum silver tree that I normally put up. And I was feeling very nostalgic this year, and I wanted to get out all my Hallmark ornaments, and just some ornaments from, this was mine, that was given to me in 1980. I think I was in kindergarten. So just our travel ornaments and different Hallmark ornaments. This was one for when we bought our house, our first home. I've got my kids' first Christmas ornaments on here. There's one of me and Emma and my mom, a little cartoon caricature. So I was feeling very nostalgic, and I wanted to put out the green Christmas tree with all the Hallmark ornaments that I've had over the years. Some I had when I was a child, like this one. Some my children had when they were little. Some I've picked up at Goodwill just because I've absolutely loved them. This was my mom and I in Mackinac. And some of these are more modern Hallmark ornaments. Our first Christmas with Maybelle. Oh, there's Bella and Brutus. This was our first baby, Macy. She's up at the top of the tree. Oh, look at Angel Misty. That was Misty in kindergarten. My favorite ornaments are these. I mean, my favorite ones are the sentimental ones, obviously. But these are made by Hallmark, and I absolutely love them. I thrifted another box of these stars. They're made by Hallmark. I think they're called Illuminations, but you can see they hook up to your lights. They do come with, you have to buy a power box that goes with them, but there are different ones that light up and illuminate. And I just love the look. The stars are my favorite, so I'm glad that I did find another set of stars. Oh, I gotta do this one for you. See, we could have the aluminum tree up and that ornament there. No presents underneath the tree yet. I gotta get wrapping on those. That is Mr. Flufferpants' Christmas tunnel. He absolutely loves it. My small collection of Harold Gale Santas. It's a collection that I just started a couple years ago. They're very pricey and I like to find them at a decent price. This one right here was gifted to me by a sweet subscriber friend. She said, and he is kind of tore up, but I knew that he had life still left in him, and he is proudly standing there with his buddies above my couch. I absolutely love it. I love little service bells too. So there's another one of the little red aluminum Christmas trees that I thrifted. But I love the Harold Gales, and I love the look that the reds and the greens and the pinks all bring together. This little shelf here is some of my Viking Epic 6-petal minis. I need a red one. I need a red one. If you got a red one, let me know, the little ones. Anyway, I have a collection of these. I only got out a few of them. I like to thrift these little bells. They're little silver bells. Like this one's from 1993. I have more of them and I didn't put them all out because I ran out of space, but I don't know why I like them, but I do. They're just commemorative bells that they put out every year. I just like bells, and so they've got like little Christmas scenes on the top. These are just vintage blocks. This is something that I had given to Mark's grandma before she passed away, and I got it back, and so that's kind of a little special piece for me there. And then this is a great piece of advertisement. This was our Christmas Club is the best Santa Claus, the Citizens Bank, Greenfield, Indiana. It's a little advertisement piece for the Christmas Club. Do you remember Christmas clubs? It used to be a thing. I don't know if people do them much anymore, but I put him on that shelf right there, and that's my little accent shelf right above my map. This little display underneath our TV is just kind of a hodgepodge of things. I normally have something very different, and I just kind of left it because this makes me so happy, and I'll play it for you in just a moment. This is one of my prized possessions here, my Bing Crosby ornament. My mother-in-law gave this to me. I always admired it when it was displayed in her home, and one year for Christmas she wrapped it up and gave it to me, so I absolutely love that. Speaking of my mother-in-law, I have, let me get in the light so we can see it better. I have two of her childhood Christmas pictures. I have a little bit of a collection of vintage Christmas tree pictures, but my mother-in-law gave me that one of her. These are just random people. I don't know whose tree this is, but when I find these, I keep them. I absolutely love them, and then I just put them in a flower frog. This was little baby Emma on her first Christmas with Santa Claus. Brass candlesticks, I'm obsessed with them. I buy them every time I see them at a thrift store. I think that lucite candles of all different colors look great in all different sizes and shape of brass candlesticks. And I have, these are battery operated taper candles, and I'll show you some more when we get to the dining room. But this was gifted to me by Cindy last year. And this is my favorite thing in the entire, my favorite Christmas decoration that I own. I don't know how much of it I can play, but I'm going to try it. It's made by Hallmark. It's the Peanuts. She has one, and hers made me very happy, and she found one for me. They all play different songs. It's just my most favorite thing in the world. made by Hallmark, very hard to find, a little expensive. They had a couple different versions of them, but I absolutely love this piece. All right, making our way through the hallway now is this. Now this is a new display of mine that I just set up this year, other than the Cupies have always been up there. But these I bought last year. I bought them at the end of the season. They were all on clearance from World Market. They're all battery operated, and they're made out of wood, and they're these mid-century modern homes. Aren't they great? Look at the light fixtures in the door. Oh, I love them so much. This one up here, happy holidays this way. Liz Retros made a Krampus. I'll get you, boys and girls. Be good. You're gonna go in my sack. The Krampus. You know, you gotta have a little Krampus in your Christmas time, just to keep everybody even. Merry and bright. That leads us to this way. This is another, I don't know where I even picked this up at. I'm sure I thrifted it somewhere, but I just loved that it's all hand painted by somebody. This is another special piece. This little gingerbread man was made by my husband, or by our late grandmother, my husband's grandma. So grandma made this probably not long or right before we got married. And she would make these kinds of crafts every year and sell them at craft shows. She would also give them as gifts. So we have several pieces that are very special to us and always get a special spot in our home. Oh, I forgot to show you Big Blow Mold Santa. Big Blow Mold Santa. He needs a new light bulb, but I keep my blow molds in my house. That he goes in, and normally he's just lighting up the dickens, but he needs a new bulb. We'll see. Hopefully by the time Christmas is here, he'll get a bulb. I don't know who made that, but I love it, and it hangs on my door. All right, this little area here, you can see we got another blow mold soldier right there. He doesn't get plugged in. He's just there for looks. I'm dreaming of a vintage Christmas. And then this is another battery operated taper candle. They're from Amazon. They're wonderful. They're on a remote. They flicker. I highly recommend. Cindy also got me this little Rudolph. It's not vintage. It was probably from Marshall's or TJ Maxx a couple years ago. And then this little Santa, little oil lamp. He is vintage. I think Cindy gave me that too. Cindy gives me lots of things. This is a vintage tree topper that I just stick in that ironstone picture. This is another special thing. My mom gave us that years ago when my kids were very little, and I always display it and set it out. But that is the little display here in the hallway. Okay, this is my very small Christ, K-R-E-I-S-S. I always have to spell it out because people think I'm saying something else. So we've got Drunk Santa Claus. I can't remember, my gosh, Jason, forgive me. I know that Jason and Tina sent me this guy. They sent me this guy one year. I don't remember, Jason, if you sent me that one or if I found Drunk Santa Claus, but Christ, kind of in their Psycho Ceramics line, they usually have the jeweled eyes. This little guy I bought, he was fairly cheap because the little tip of his beard is chipped off, but I don't care. I don't care. Look, normally he was 39 cents. I wish I could get him for 39 cents today, but I paid more for him than that. I just put these little pixie sticks. They're great. Look at the little graphics on these little goobers. The sticks are included in there. And then we've got very angry Rudolph, very angry at Santa, Christ, and then this little guy. He's not technically Christmas, but we're putting him with the Christ. He's in his bathtub there. So that's my small little Christ, K-R-E-I-S-S collection. Now I have pared down a lot of my angels, my little paper mache angels, but these two these two shelves are the only ones that I kept that I have left. It's a kind of hard collection because you have to, like on this shelf in particular, because I have to have them of different sizes, and those two shelves are very small. She's the only one that fits on the other shelves, so I had to do some rearranging. Oh my gosh, raise your hand. How many of you leave the string, the price tag on your things when you put them in your house because you don't take the tag off? I mean, there's probably a lot of these things that actually have the Goodwill sticker on it, to be quite honest with you. Oh, don't mind Castle Grayskull. Those are getting displayed soon. But this little display here is a new one that I did this year. So I put more of my Christmas mugs, and I used a little Royal Crown crate, that's the word, to put some of my mugs in. This is a vintage Jello store display that I bought last year. I actually had it at the shop for a while, and I thought, I'm gonna bring it home. Christmas Brock's Christmas box. And then this is my feather tree that I actually bought from Liz Retros. I bought it from her on eBay a couple years ago. And I have my colored mercury glass beads and some vintage pink bulbs. And this is this is my Mary's Angel tree. I collect Mary's Angels. I've got to get the new one for this year. I don't even know. I need to do an inventory when I put them away this year, because honestly, I just buy them. I did sell some of my doubles, but I just buy them and then hope that I don't have it already when I see them when I'm thrifting. But I absolutely love them. They're little boy and little girl angels. Aren't they precious? I don't even know. I'll have to look and see when the first year was. Hopefully I have the first year, but I absolutely love them. They're so sweet. And this one is a double one. And look at the little kitty. Meow, meow. Love them. They're my favorite. They're my absolute favorite. Look at, oh, sweet. I love them. Mary's Angels, made by Hallmark. So this sign is usually in the background of a lot of my vlogs, and I get a lot of people asking me where I got it. Mark made this for me a couple years ago. I don't know how. I mean, he made it. It has like little slats, and then I did purchase these from eBay. They are just like, for an outside sign. I don't always change the sign. I'm notorious for not changing it, but I try to at least change it out for the season. Here is my dining room. This is where you see when I'm live of the evening. If I'm having a sale in the evening or a chat, I'm usually sitting in that chair right there, and that's my background. Mark made me this table several years ago for my birthday. It's made out of old barn wood. So this is a prized possession of mine. I absolutely love it. But I have my forest of ceramic trees. It is something that I collect. I probably should turn the light on. Let me turn the light on. And we'll start over here. So this is a tree that I actually won from an auction. I think maybe on Whatnot I won it. And it's kind of a darker glaze, and I wasn't going to keep it, but I decided that I was, and so I did, and it sits right here. So we got my Billikens. They're not very Christmassy, but I love my Billikens. I do. I got a Billiken doll down there. But I have some of my cans stacked up there, and I put a mini Christmas tree in one. We've got Snoop. He's the angel of the tree. And we've got some vintage mercury glass ornaments hanging on that little tree. My Scotch tape collection, which I say I'm going to sell off. I am selling some, but I just was like, I couldn't bring myself to sell any more of those. Okay, over here is my bottle collection. This is my current obsession. Now you wait till Valentine's Day. Y'all are going to be wanting these when I put them in a display. These Heart Club bottles. Oh, I've been seeking them out, and I have been finding them. But I have a blue bottle because for the 4th of July, I like to display with the blue. But I like me a red soda bottle of all different variations of different weird places. Anyway, back to Christmas. Here is my larger display of my little trees here. They've all been thrifted. None of them are family heirlooms or anything. Various trees from various different places make up my forest. And then I have some more of these crates. These are actually extra branches from an aluminum tree that I actually purchased them, but I like the way that they look in the crate. All right, I did buy some red gingham curtains for the kitchen above the sink too. I really didn't decorate much in the kitchen, so I'm not going to show it. But I got a blow mold up there and a flag. Cindy made me this flag, and it's genius because you know why? When you flip it over, it's Halloween. Yeah, so I display it at Halloween, and then you flip it over, and you're good for Christmas. Genius. Big blow mold Santa head. he needs a new bulb too. We're running out of bulbs this year. We don't have bulbs. He normally used to hang on my front porch, but I decided to bring him in the house this year. This is a Coca-Cola cooler that I purchased from an auction this year. And I have a modern, that's not an old, aluminum Christmas tree behind there, and just some different tins and cans and my Kewpies. Liz Retros made this Derpy Deer. Liz Retros made this Yeti. So this is a battery operated candle. I found this little tin at an antique store that I fell in love with that. It's great for Christmas time. Oh, Liz Retros made that doll too. But a nice little display here with some of my favorite things. Another big stack of cans. And then we move on to some more ceramic trees. Again, both thrifted. That's the only white one that I had. And I had bought some bulbs to go in it, but I decided I didn't like them in there, so I took them out. This was sent to me by a sweet subscriber. I love that graphic that's on there. Liz Retros made him. And oh, I didn't turn this on. These were sold, I want to say, at Walmart last year or the year before. I've got a green one too. Love the plaid thermoses. Got my little Kewpie there, a little flock. This one's vintage with vintage mercury beads. And then my fun shelf here. My tree of flower frogs. That handsome man right there is my Grandpa George. Handsome guy. I love these 3 wise men ornaments there. That is the best graphic ever designed. Double glow. They did a great job with that graphic. I love it. And then we're moving to my Christmas. They're all kind of crooked right now, I'm seeing. But Christmas sheet music display. I change them out every year. I'll put different ones if I've got different ones to put in. This is right by our back door. So sometimes when someone comes in the door and they shut the door hard, that they all get shifted. This is a great thing to do. It's a very inexpensive way to change out your art in your house with different vintage sheet music of different seasons, different colorways, different subject matters. I do have a link that I can link those frames. They're from Amazon. They're just plastic. They're very inexpensive, but it is a great way to change up the artwork. And then my table itself, oh my gosh. Okay, Maybelle was outside, but she wanted to make her presence known. I actually bought this table runner on Temu, and it's perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. Again, these are more brass candlesticks with the remote controlled battery operated taper candles. This is an ironstone pitcher, and I've just kind of stuck some faux greenery, and I bought these like feathery red feather branches and stuck those in there, and I really like the way that it turned out. So thank you all for touring my vintage holiday home 2023. Please make sure that you watch all of the videos in this playlist. It's been a lot of fun decorating and getting things ready. Now we kind of feel like we can just sit back and relax and enjoy all of the decorations and spend a lot of time with our families. Thank you so much to Alex, Chapter 2 Vintage Co., and Aaron, The Collection Vintage, for inviting me to participate in this collaboration and co-hosting it with them. Go make sure that you check out their videos as well and all of the other videos that are in the playlist. Thank you all so much and have a very Merry Christmas. Hello friends, thanks so much for watching the video. Don't forget I have a second channel, The Misty Show. I would love for you to come over and follow me. Also, don't forget that I have live sales every Tuesday at 1 o'clock Eastern right here on my YouTube channel. And go ahead and check out the virtual antique marketplace. It is an online antique mall. There's lots of different booths and lots of different sellers. So go check that out. The link to everything is down in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one.